Hello, singing taxi driver Travels here. How are you doodling?
He's a cricketing gladiator.
Just dropped off a gentleman at a nice village called Hayton. Not a bad day today, it's a lot drier. 23 degrees, a lot warmer as well. Bit overcast, but it's still pleasant.
He gets off the mark, sliding it down towards fine leg for a single. Australia underway, number 3. Lovely afternoon.
I've had one of them days today where people ordering taxis and they're not there, especially supermarkets. Like, honest to God, I just don't understand it. If you don't want a taxi, just don't get it. Drove for 17 years and I just can't fathom out why people order taxis and they're not there. It's just infuriating for the people that genuinely are waiting for one. But we crack on. Here's a mark.
Here comes a short ball. He tries to pull it too. Nicks it onto his pad. Kawaja has caught up in this.
Need a good few taxi runs this afternoon. This one's helped. Nice little one out to the country.
Brian's, yeah, there's a good couple of chippies.
Brits and Brian's.
Yeah, to be honest, I know.
There's the old Lane End pub coming up, which is sitting derelict. It's a lovely pub and restaurant as well. And it's just sitting there,
In the caf here.
I'd say the improvement
empty. There it is,
it's quite a lot of improvement
on the corner. Such a shame.
There are quite a few feasting on it too. I think they run out after half an hour. Not that I've been down there. There's lots of little snackies in the box here to enjoy. Wakes is running in again. Kawaja is frolicking him away out towards deep square, and it's going away to the boundary at square leg for 4. So a nicely timed
Traffic
shot.
coming up here.
Ball on the leg stump, which was no problem for Kawaja to send away. None for 7 Australia, enjoying that lead, which wasn't as much as it looked at 7 for 142. Stokes was able to narrow it down to just 26 runs. 3 slips are there. Stokes is the third of them. Wokes was running into Kawaja. Kawaja after the short ball. Oh, here we go. It is shot and it is tugged away out to the boundary. So
It's the weekend.
we're all caught up in bounce
Come on.
bowling, pulls and hooks and hoiks and whatever you like. It's none for 11 with 2 overs gone.
That's a couple of rusty balls from Chris Wose again. He's not played much cricket ball brilliantly in the first innings, but it's not easy going back out there again and finding your rhythm. I'm sure the bodies will be a little bit stiff. The fact they haven't been playing too much cricket. This is a beautiful day for batting. It really is. It doesn't get any better than this in Leeds.
Andy?
Ben Stokes after lunch, 53 5 6s, 4s.
Gotta get up early in the morning,
7 from 67.
take the cat to the vets, get its injection, be in and out.
In Test cricket.
Oh, sweet. Little cat.
New over from Broad, around the wicket. Warner walks across, taps it out on the onside to Moeen Ali. There's a mid wicket.
He's only the 3rd player in Test history to have the double of 6,000 runs and 100 wickets. He's only 3 short of 200. So John Shaq Callis, 13,289 runs and 292 wickets. And Garfield Sobers, 8,032 and 235. 3 players with 6,000 runs and 100 wickets.
The great Gary Service. His turns 87 on the 28th of July this month. So 3 slips and Broad bowling around the wicket. It comes up, Warner's there. Edges and he's caught. He's got him again.
Get him.
Broad's buddy is Warner. Crawley takes the...
Get in.
That will undoubtedly have too much clout in terms
A long
of
talk sport.
administration hires, players coming in, coaching hires, and I just don't think you can go on and win the biggest trophy, the Champions League, by doing that. It's also a lesson for Liverpool. If Liverpool think they can get him for 170 mil or anybody else, maybe they could. What will an Mbappe go into a Liverpool or a Manchester United be like?
Stan, I'm sorry to interrupt, Stan. There has been a wicket. You'll be pleased as a new cricket fan. We can go back to John Norman. John.
all new cricket fans, welcome to this game. And once again, it's Stuart Broad who struck. We were talking about the need for another Stuart Broad spell. Well, he's certainly got the spell over David Warner, who's just edged to Zach Crawley for the second time in the game. Another good catch as well. Boy, do England need England's fielders to take everything that comes their way. In just the third over of the innings, it's another failure for Warner against Broad. His old nemesis has struck. Australia 11 for 1.
Thanks, John. Crawley can actually catch the ball. Yeah, it was a good catch. Second one of the game. Sorry, Stan. Peril's a live sport. You know what it's like.
Yes.
Coming out to bat, and we know that Andy's going to give us another statistic.
It's my favourite place in the world, Warwick Bridge, where I live.
For Warner against Broad.
Yes, it's now over the past 3 series, 12 dismissals for 100 runs, having not dismissed him in the previous 2 series, or Warner scored 139.
Such a lovely, happy place to be.
13 and the 13-14 Ashes, it was more even, 5 wickets for 185. But yeah, now the last 3, 2019, the last Ashes in Australia, 2 for 30. 2019 was 7 for 35. Now 3 for 35 so far this series.
The sun might be shining, but the pitch is still doing enough. With a new ball, particularly, that was a useful delivery, wasn't it?
It was indeed. I guess as a bowler, when you know that you're going to get a batter out, it's just doing those simple things well, hitting a length, letting the batter make the mistake. A good ball from Stuart Broad.
If you reckon there's heat in the game, just wait another 20 minutes, because Wood will come on, and he'll be like Max Verstappen. He's a Formula 1 speedster. That stuff in the first innings, and when he got the length right to the lollipop batsman, he cleaned them up, skittled them, and he might do the same. So this is a surging, exciting, exhilarating game of Test cricket, and Labuschagne is now looking down behind Broad. Someone's moving. He's sat down, and Broad's ready to go. First ball of the leg slip out 3 slips. Labuschagne is leaving it outside the off stump. They can just put that on a tape for Labuschagne, leaving it outside the off stump. Now, another stat you've got to supply us. Smith took 5 catches. Greg Chubb, only other Aussie to do that. Catcher in an innings. I'm just putting it on notice, that's all.
Victor Richardson did it. South
yes.
Africa, Durban.
No, in Ashes.
Oh, Smith was the first to do it in the Ashes.
First to do it in the Ashes. Well, there you go. Away is Broad. Outside the off stump, another lead.
Don't know what he was beeping at the daft gate, that wagon.
Let it go. Look, Greg Chappell must have done it against someone else, but I'm sure Greg took, well, maybe 7 in a match, but
You're
not
too
5
big to go over that bridge.
Root will be on for 5 drops.
You wait until our end's clear before you swing out. You daft sod.
What's Broad doing?
Did you hear that horn beat there?
He's playing a traffic policeman down there with various signals.
Crazy, aren't
He's
they?
trying to crank up the crowd on the terrace, and he doesn't really
All
need
of a
to
sudden
do
I've
that
got right away. I don't
because
think
he's
you
done
have.
with getting the wicket. Here he comes. He bowls the Labuschagne, plays and misses outside the off stump. That was a bit full of straighter. Caused him to push. Hands on head from Broad. Fizzed past the outside edge.
This is entertaining, isn't it? From Stuart Broad with the new ball. Just doing enough off the surface to beat the bat of Labuschagne.
Labuschagne goes perambulating in between deliveries. We're back to the tense cricket, not the frenetic new bowl I'll slog and maybe I'll get out, but I'll probably hit a few 6s first. As Broad slides in, Labuschagne forward, punches it through mid off the floor. Yep, good stroke. Beat Wood just to his right. He's a little wide at mid off, and away it went to the boundary. Alex, it's 1 for 15, and Aggers is here to continue the excitement of Test match cricket.
Yeah, just too full. That last ball from Stuart Broad to Labuschagne. He's able to punch the ball past Mark Wood for 4 and get off the mark. A great over from Stuart Broad getting the wicket off Warner again. Talk about it time and time again because it keeps happening.
It does, and the more it happens, the more the batsman thinks about it, and the more the bowler knows.
The more confident you become as a bowler.
Absolutely. Getting somebody out, and the more tensive you become as a batsman too. Stuart Broad got about 17 times now, which is considerably more than anybody else.
That's why we've been campaigning and trying to stop getting wagons coming through Warwick Bridge, because
Australia lead by 41 as Wokes bowls, and that finds a thick edge.
if they can't get through on a two-way traffic road, then you shouldn't be allowed to come through. It's as simple as that.
Day for the crowd. It's been like a roller coaster, really.
There's a perfectly good road up there, the A689, perfectly straight.
Doom and gloom around.
We just need to get them off.
Waste paper bins, that sort of thing.
Not again.
Oh yeah. And then amazing onslaught that was started by Mark.
3 o'clock on a Friday afternoon.
Picked up by Ben Stokes. More ferocious hitting. In comes Wokes bowls. Quadra can flick him off his hip down to long leg. Looks like Dan Lawrence fielding substitute down there because Robertson's not on the field. So 16 for 1. The lead is 42. Warner already dismissed. Labuschagne thinks his guard. It does seem Australians, and I'm not surprised, are intimidated by Stokes. So there must be a call to get him higher up the order, but for a run chase, I would think, rather than having to bat with the lower order of the tail all the time.
Well, the Australians do the right thing, don't they, by putting everybody out on the boundary, because you know he's not going to take the singles. He can't afford to take the singles.
It was with recognised batsmen, though.
Yeah.
I'm sure they could do that quite so easily. I'd get him up the order for the second innings. I'm saying trouble is, he's falling apart. He's like Laurel and Hardy's old car. I mean, he's just in a heap. Bits keep falling off. 16 for 1. In comes Wokes, then bouncing in from the far end. Bowls outside the off stump, and Labuschagne allows that to go through. It's taken by Johnny Bairstow. He was hobbling about. Robinson, he's pretty immobile as well with his back problems.
Back in Carlisle we are.
Bizarre 15-20 minutes at the end there.
Yeah, Robinson went out there, but he couldn't run, could he? He was sort of doing that quick walk between the wickets.
A bit like you the other day, didn't it? It's all stiff and
Oh,
tight.
it's horrible.
I know. In comes Wokes again, and he bowls on the leg stump, turned away by Labuschagne to mid-wicket. Picked up by Brook, who's fielding there.
With neck and back spasms, there's nothing you can do. You just have to wait for them to settle down as well. And back spasms can take anywhere from 4 hours to 4 days to settle down. It just depends on how severe it is.
He's had it before. I remember he was off the field in Hobart, wasn't he, in that last test of the Ashes in Australia. I think in the West Indies too he had a problem. 16 for 1. Labuschagne's on 4. Can't be someone moving down there again, can it? I hope not. He's waving there to somebody. A lot of interruptions today. Here comes Wokes. Labuschagne's in on the pad, playing no shot. Now that was a misjudgment. There's excitement there from Wokes, but I think that was too high. He didn't really appeal seriously about that, but there was some excitement, and it was definitely misjudgment.
Yeah, hit him on the hip, so it was definitely too high. Labuschagne thinking the ball outside the off stump, leaving the ball on the length.
Three slips waiting. Wokes in the sunshine, bowls, that finds the edge, runs down towards third man, Duckett's after it. Look at that ball speed away. That's a really good piece of fielding by Duckett. Diving full length. It's like a snooker table, this outfield. The ball just runs and runs, and of course with every run crucial. Every bit of energy and diving like that just to save one run could prove critical. 18 for 1. Australia lead by 44. Warner's back in the hutch.
I couldn't believe this morning when we went out there actually how hard the ground was, because we've seen how fast the outfield is yesterday. It wasn't until this morning there is a no give on the outfield whatsoever. It is like a snooker table. The grass is so short, so smooth out there.
Well, Broad's going to continue. Noise down there. Oh, desperate attempt to save their inflatable ball down there. Stewart was moving very swiftly. He's been rescued.
Meantime, in goes Broad, round the wicket, bowls to Khawaja, plays from the crease, a ball on the off stump.
They got it.
Someone else got it.
No, the steward got it.
Oh.
They've taken it down.
It's a shame, 'cause actually it's quite a nice, brightly coloured one, that.
It's gone down into the concourse.
Oh. It's a desperate race of people dashing down to get the ball, and a steward is running around the boundary edge to go and get there first. But anyway, they've had a good time on there. Oh, it's been rescued. Someone's got it. And up it goes, brightly coloured, quite a large ball. In goes Broad, bowls on the off stump. Khawaja drives that smoothly down to mid-off. I don't know if the stewards are actually allowed to catch it when it's actually on the terrace as such. As if it goes onto the field, of course, you won't see it again.
Oh, they're harmless, aren't they? They're just inflatable
Well, I think so.
beach balls. It's gone again.
Not if you're Liverpool when they played
18 for
Sunderland.
one. It's a good day for a beach ball. Oh, they're in trouble now. The steward's got it. And I'm afraid he's making off with it. Then goes Broad, bowls, Khawaja shuffles forward. Picked up a mid-on by Mark Wood, who will see bowl soon, I would think, when some of the shine has gone. Meanwhile, that steward clutching this ball has got to see his friends down there. I think safety in numbers, probably. What's he going to do with it?
It was Jofra Archer, wasn't it, that got the beach ball off one of the stewards and lobbed it back into the crowd?
It was. It's quite brave, but I've got a feeling this beach ball's probably seen the last of its cricket for the day, to quote John Arlott. 18 for 1. Broad he's undone his boot now. Back in the day, that meant undoing laces and all sorts of things, but of course now it's just Velcro straps. And there's actually a little lace there that he's doing up as well. He's getting himself ready to go again. We haven't had much rest. It's 53 overs, was it? Something like that. I think that innings lasted for. It wasn't many more than that. 52.3. Thank you, Andy. Then goes Broad. Round the wicket is there, and he bowls down the leg side. Khawaja just keeps his bat inside the line. That's collected by Johnny Bairstow. 18 for 1. Beautiful afternoon. Trying to track the weather for tomorrow. It's I think we'll be lucky not to get a shower or two tomorrow. Looking at it's all the predictive sort of stuff, isn't it? It's quite hard to see on those.
Just got a job there to pick somebody up at the Sand Centre.
Well, they can do. But, yeah, I think
Keep the runs coming.
we're lucky tomorrow. 18 for 1. Khawaja on 11. Broad again round the wicket, runs down the hill, and Khawaja times that very well. He's playing it on the move.